Hi. Welcome to Live with Ms. Steph. Hi, I'm Ms. Steph. I'm a former laboratory chemist, specifically quality control and quality assurance chemist, and specific in certain fields, and former push-in educator. For those of you who are familiar with charter schools and so on and so forth, I used to be a science specialist. And also I ran an after-school program for a period of time, actually over 6 years. And now I am a nonprofit founder and executive director. And I specifically founded and direct Triple F Empowerment Inc. And I have been on that journey since 2012. I am here live with you because I committed. Y'all know how I feel about this. So folks who know me know that I'm specific about my commitments, whether they are public or private. I put on my board that I would go live today because I'm trying out this idea of going live more than once a week. For those of you who may remember from 2024, I was going live once a week on Mondays. And so now I'm exploring with doing an additional day and doing some additional conversations with you. So once again, hi, I'm Ms. Steph, Executive Director and founder of Triple F Empowerment Inc. We operate the beloved Ms. Steph Science Club. And Ms. Steph Science Club works on the opportunity gap in STEAM education in pre-K to fifth grade educational spaces. After schools, summer camps, daycares. Yes, we start as young as 2, actually, age 2. And so that pre-K really means toddler, all the way up to 5th grade. We do have some spaces and engagement for older children, but our space would be the pre-K to 5th grade space. And in Ms. Steph Science Club, we make sure that we, like I said, are filling in that opportunity gap in STEAM education, STEAM being science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. And we do that through camp, classes, camp, classes, community, and consulting. And today, I'm just hopping on to, 1, like I said, I made the commitment. Hello. And 2, just driving home the activities and the things that we've got coming up. And also talking to you a bit about, so what now when it comes to your support dollars? We are a nonprofit. We are a 501c3 organization per the IRS code of the 501c3, which, by the way, that's what it is that when somebody says they're a 501c3 charity, they're fitting into a specific IRS part of the IRS code, and that we have been approved by the IRS to fundraise. And then therefore, for you, should you decide to contribute financially, be able to get a letter receipt from us, and therefore have a whole tax conversation with your tax professional. You don't have the conversation with me, as I said before. That being said, let's go ahead and roll into the adventure today. So let's start with the fundraising conversation. Yes, we are still fundraising. We raise funds throughout the year, and we have specific buckets that things go into. At this time of the year, we are getting ready for Summer Science Club already. Or maybe it's not already to you, because I had a parent, yes, I've had parents reach out to me about Summer Science Club 2025 and talk and say, hey, Ms. Steph, what are we doing? I want to make sure that we get ready so that our children get their time with you. Hello. Yes. Because Summer Science Club is a boutique experience. We make sure that we keep program relatively small in the summer camp arena. Some summer camps are 200 plus children. Remove a 0 for us. In one summer, we will typically serve 20 children. And we are super excited about the summer. I've already started planning activities and started thinking about what activities we want to return to, because there's certain stuff that we just do every year. We are gonna make puff paint. We're gonna do marbleized paper. These are things we're gonna do. And yes, most of those are art activities. We have a whole entire week dedicated to the art-science relationship. Yes. With a firm yes, we are a STEAM organization. Think STEM plus art. Or well-integrated art projects. So yeah, we're already on the journey towards this particular summer science club season. And when you contribute, you can choose to contribute specifically to that. There is a way on our donation page to say, hey, we would like it to go towards funding this thing. And we do, if you do say that, we do then put it aside for Summer Science Club to sponsor a child for all 5 weeks, which of course we're encouraging. Hello, be bold. For all 5 weeks, it's $3,500. That is 40 hours of education for them times 5, right? And so when you're sponsoring an educational experience, to get an idea of how much of an impact that is, our Summer Science Club, in fact, is the equivalent of a year and a half's worth of what they would normally get of science education in your average elementary school educational setting, wherever that might be. A year and a half. In 5 weeks, we cover a year and a half worth of experiences and content for them. We do a field trip every week, and the field trips are included. They get their t-shirt, of course. Y'all know we bring the t-shirt game, and that's included. A healthful, responsibly curated snack is provided in the morning and in the afternoon, and we do ask families to provide a lunch. We provide everything else. And when I say we, I mean my staff and I, and you, if you decide to come alongside us, when you decide to come alongside us and support us. So yes, Summer Science Club fundraising is open already. All right, should you decide that you want to support us with that. Additionally, as usual, our Saturday Science Club fundraising is just constantly ongoing. We provide our young people with 2 hours of science play. And science play is kind of a term that I don't know, maybe I should trademark that term, is a term that I coined when I was designing Summer Science Club back in 2012. And the science play time is an explorative activity. So we set up several centers and they can, hi, thank you so much for watching. You are so consistent. I really appreciate your support. So we come on and support and come alongside the young people on Saturdays, and they get to come. Child is dropped off. Parents can stay and help and volunteer and all that. But they come, child is dropped off, and they get into it. And today, for the activity / STEAM education kind of component of our conversation today, I'm going to break out one of the things that we use during science play and during our electricity units, all these things. So I've been using smart circuits for like a long time. Not a short period of time, a long time. We've been using smart circuits. And I actually looked up the other day to kind of like replace our smart circuits, because as you can see, the manual is literally falling apart, okay? Because our students have explored and they get in here. The age is 8 on here. But anybody who knows me knows that I rock with way younger students than is typically recommended, obviously with supervision, because respect, safety, learning, fun, like that's our thing. Those are, by the way, for those of you who don't know, those are our 4 science club values. And when I do classroom management per se, I don't focus so much on rules. I focus more on our values. What value are you displaying or not displaying with your behavior? That's the conversation that we have with the children, because we also do several intentional SEL things that are woven. And for those of you who don't know, SEL is social emotional learning. So we're doing STEAM, meaning we're doing science and we do art, well integrated together, and we do SEL in our programming, like intentional. It's all very intentional. So that's why when it comes to Summer Science Club, that's why the cost is what it is, as well as the way we do it. That's why we don't have a large group of students during that time period. Anywho, moving on. As I was saying, yes. Hopefully you can hear me. Smart circuits. We've been using this specific kit, girl, child, since probably like 2016, this kit, because this baby is like, been used. And like I said, I looked on Amazon. I don't even know if you can get this specific type of kit anymore. I do know that snap circuits are available. Shout out to snap circuits. Love snap circuits. One of the things I like about this specific kit, about smart circuits, and the difference between this and some of the other things that are made out there, is that not only do you... So snap circuits does have instructions as well, but the children get to see the wires. And there is something about being able to see the wires that helps you really understand complete and incomplete circuits. So anywho, just gonna build a very quick little thing here. Most of the kits, smart circuits, some of the other stuff, there's a kit that I am looking at now, so I don't necessarily want to shout them out just yet, because I'm not familiar with whether or not I'm gonna like how they function, frankly. But some of the other kits that are out there now, every kit has some type of place where you put the batteries in. You see how the batteries are locked in here. These screws are little. Supervise the kids, guys, when you're doing the stuff. But that's right. See, this is not a thing that you have them do. I would almost say that even if you decided to, because some of these kits you can do with high schoolers and with middle school and high schoolers, just always make sure that part is done. You don't want them to have to do that. And then it has this particular kit has this thing, whereas the snap circuits, it comes with that big old plate. This has it where you connect just the pieces that you need, right? And this is what situation is going to sit on, right? And so you can imagine this can be done on a table. Like a snap circuit really needs to be done on a table just because it needs somewhere to sit. This doesn't have to be done on the table. You can do this they can do this on the rug, right? For those of us who work with like elementary and younger children, we know the rug, right? So this can be done on one of the rugs, okay? Another thing about this that makes it easy to be done on the rug is that the wires, you see how big these wires? This is one of the bigger wires. And again, to let you know how old our kit is, right? Like it's supposed to come with a green and a red long wire. Ciao. Our red wire has been missing for years. And then you get these black wires, gray wires, and then white wires. Now, the schematic then, and yes, I use that word schematic because it just shows you, right? So there's this big picture, and then there are the directions there. So you see how you can see the color of the wire? So, and it tells you like what number things get attached to. So we're gonna do this project. We're actually gonna do project number 1 very quickly. And then I'm gonna log out. And yeah, that's like today's conversation. Like I said, I committed. I wanted to come on, try this, talk to you a third time this week, because, child, I talked to y'all from the airport. Then I came back on Tuesday to talk to you about year-end giving, and now we're here, okay? So yes, for those of you who are just now joining us and watching this on the replay, because I will upload this for the replay and for people to watch it later, I'm Ms. Steph, and we are doing smart circuits today. Oops, that dropped off. Okay, so see how it hooks in? Got that thing. Let me press it down. Yeah. Now, I like to let the kids kind of explore how things are supposed to be orientated, because that's another thing with electricity. Electricity runs in one direction. And so they have to understand, like, when it says to put so and so wire into the battery positive, they have to put it in the positive, and to see like what would happen if they were put in. They could do that without electrocuting themselves. Okay. I laugh, but seriously, these are things that the kids can try without hurting themselves. And so that's the difference between, say, this and my really, really kind of raw 1, 2, 3, the quote unquote squishy circuits, or Play-Doh. I prefer to call them the Play-Doh circuits. I don't know if either one is like a trademark name of an activity, but legit, I use the Play-Doh, and the Play-Doh is used as a conductor. But as you'll see, if you go back and watch the video, I like to use the 9-volt battery and the clips. If the children, right, you have to really supervise them. Supervise. Supervise is different than telling them what to do, okay? But giving them safety hints, right? If they like connect, like if they connect the battery to itself, the battery will get hot. In that video, I make a point to tell you not to do that. But here, they can follow the instructions, and you can let them kind of see, but Miss Stephanie, it's not working. I know, try. Y'all know how I feel about supported independence, right? I know, okay. I don't tell them, especially if they're like at least 5 and they can read their letters and numbers. Ciao. Let them try it. Okay, well, did you hook all of the piece? Did you use a gray wire? Also, does it work with a gray wire or black wire? What's the difference between the wires? All that type of stuff. Nice, fantastic conversations you can have with them. Did you put it where it said to put it? All those things. They can learn to follow instructions at very young ages. We, in my opinion, wait way too late to encourage children to use, to like follow instructions and to learn about these things. Way too late. I don't know. Like middle school. I saw a great live today with Dr. I want to make sure I say her name properly. I wrote her name down. She writes these fantastic children's books. I will be getting some for our summer camp. She's here on Instagram, Dr. Carlotta A. Berry. She teaches engineering and she writes books. She does several other things, but I'm just giving you the highlights of the stuff that she does. But she's an engineering professor. And she was talking about a statistic that I've said myself and I have seen myself, is that essentially by middle school, trying to introduce a child to STEM and waiting until middle school to teach them hands-on science is illogical. Now those are my words. She said it in a more sophisticated way, but she was on an interview and she was communicating how we lose the kids by middle school. We lose them. I got it to work. You see, I got the light to work. Isn't that cool? What? So I connected the things properly, and that was based off of the instructions that were in the instruction manual that is provided with the kit. And all of these electricity kits, all of these kits have basically your basic format, right? So to quickly put a bow tie on this and just talk about the point of this particular activity. So if I'm kind of coming on, you know how I come on and I'll do a lot of the wet chemistry stuff I have based off of videos I've seen or just my own biochemistry experience, right? Biochemistry degree, FYI. But when I'm using these other things and presenting them to you, it's giving you an FYI as an educator, whether that be a quote unquote trained educator in, hi, thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. I'm chit-chatting with you all about the Smart Circuit Kit and the various other electronics kits that you can purchase for your young person if you're wanting to explore STEAM and specifically introduce your students, your child, your niece, nephew, whatever, what have you, after school. Like I said, I'm a former after school director. This is something, honey, I would have used. Why am I saying I would have used it? Because I know for a fact my students at the after school would have loved this. And I do use this regularly in my classes when I go in and I do traveling science teacher for after school. And I do traveling science teacher during the school day. It's a great way to teach electronics and make them follow instructions. Honey, child, girl, person, scientist. It's perfect. This one in particular is really good because, like I said, the thing I like about smart circuits, they can see the wires. But Ms. Steph, why does that matter? If you are trying to teach them the concept of open and closed circuit, it's another reason why I do my Play-Doh circuit activity. Yes, you have the thing where you need to really make sure that they're like not hurting themselves and misconnecting the batteries, and you can use a closed battery situation so that they like don't, have even the possibility like this. There's no possibility. Hi, thank you for joining Live with Ms. Steph. Hope that y'all are coming on Saturday. This is a reminder, shameless plug. Hello. Saturday Science Club is happening this coming Saturday on January 4th. And we probably will have the smart circuits I'll take with me, and I'll have other stuff with me because y'all know how I roll. But the key to using equipment like this with your young person, whether it be at home or in the classroom, ooh, fantastic, thank you, I'm so glad, is making sure that you set them up for success, right? So these kits, it won't turn on if they don't connect everything properly. So if you have a pre-reader, you want to empower them. Say, one of the things that works really well at my programming when I'm doing a Saturday, say I'll sit a volunteer at the table with this at this particular center. I'll sit a volunteer at this. I'm giving y'all gems. Pro tip. Okay, so for all of you folks out there running either STEAM education programming in a space, I have my pro tips about how to set up the space and all that type of stuff if you're like us and you got to travel in, or for teachers out there, or for parents. I'm about to really, really listen in this moment because this is important stuff. If you have a pre-reader, you as an adult need to make a choice to either sit with them or orientate them, say like put out only a certain amount of the kit. Eventually they will put the wires in the right place. So that's one option. You want them set up for success. You don't want to over coddle them. You don't want to like make sure, that they get it right on the first time necessarily, because the whole point of engineering is for them to try and to fail and then to succeed. The success after the failure is really, really nice for them. They get super excited. But another option is that you can pair them, right? You can pair an older kid who at least knows how to say, okay, the red, the red and the minus, okay? Or the blue and the 7, right? A kid that's slightly older. Or if you want to try this with, say, a not necessarily middle schooler, but anybody third grade and up could probably do a lot of these projects by themselves, which again is why it's aged for an 8-year-old to do by themselves. But to be able to use it with younger children, those are my tips. Either sit an adult at the table with them, just to be available to make sure that you can read the things. Don't tell them what to do. Read the instructions to them. That's a difference, y'all. Okay? Or you pair them with kids that are old enough to do at least some of the color and the symbol identification. Okay? And encourage them to make sure that they try the different things, and to make sure, so that another thing that they're going to practice for little children, it might be hard for them. This may seem easy to you, but it may be hard for them to like aim and then push, right? Those are things that they're going to get a chance to practice when doing these particular kits. And that's kind of the different advantage over a snap circuit compared to this. But I'm telling y'all, being able to see the wires, which is why I wanted to replace these circuits and kind of like upgrade them. Might not be able to have that luxury. Being able to see the wires and see how connecting the wires makes something turn on and makes something move is extra exciting for the children. And it also helps them kind of connect to things that they might see in the home, and for them to understand that behind all of these outlets that we have at home and behind the lights and all that, there are some wires connected to electricity. So yeah, thank you so much for watching Live with Ms. Steph. Today I'm recording this for those of you who watch the replay, thank you so much for watching. And I'm recording this on January 2nd, 2025. We are preparing very intentionally and diligently to release the Summer Science Club 2025 registration forms, and that information will be out on February 1st. I know February 1st seems a little while off. It does. It's not. Okay? So get ready. Registration is going to be available, and your personal fundraising pages. Sometimes parents like to help us with doing the fundraising by fundraising specifically for their child. That will be available this year as well, and we'll get that information to you on February 1st as well. That information is going to go up early. And for those of you who are out there who say, hey, actually, I want to start donating monthly so that I can work my way up to sponsoring a child for a full summer, that is available to you now. All right, check out the information, www.tfempowerment.org. You can check out our information there. You can get on our mailing list now so that you can be ready to register your child, or when things get closer to, and also so that I can shout you out and recognize you as I just did that parent, and give you reminders when I see you online or in some other way on the interwebs, and to make sure that you know about Saturday Science Club adventures. Once again, this has been Ms. Steph, former laboratory scientist, quality control chemist, after school director, science specialist, and now turned nonprofit executive director and founder. Thank you so much for watching. Have an absolutely wonderful day.